Apple is finally releasing a budget-end iPhone model that doesn't actually suck, or that doesn't feel like it's 20 years old. And from what the rumors are saying, I think this phone will definitely get popularity, especially for first iPhone users. I think it's definitely gonna be a go-to because what Apple is changing is massive. I can see this phone definitely becoming one of the best selling iPhones this year. So how about I tell you a little more about it, starting with the design. Starting with by far the biggest change anyone is gonna see. We're finally saying goodbye to Touch ID and say hello to Face ID. So Apple is finally getting rid of those bulky bezels that we saw back with the iPhone 8 or earlier models. And in doing so, they're also switching from LCD to OLED, which is by far so much better. It's a technology that they started implementing back with the iPhone 12, and it's so great to finally see on this budget end model. There were rumors that Apple is finally going to bring Dynamic Island to this iPhone, but I think the chances of it happening are slim to none because it will be weird Apple bringing or super packing all this awesome feature into a budget end model, then find a way to keep it below that $500 mark, which is where the pricing is rumored to be. So in my opinion, I think Apple will keep the notch that we've had since the iPhone 12, but going from the chunky bezels that we had with the previous SE models to these modern looking iPhone models, I think it's definitely going to be worth it. And I don't think many people will care that much for Dynamic Island to be like, I'm not gonna get that. Even though all these sound awesome, the iPhone SE will still have one camera on the back. However, Apple is bumping it to the 48 megapixel in lieu to the 12 megapixel camera sensor that we currently have. So although it's gonna be one camera in the back, Apple could market it a little differently by giving us that virtual 2x camera, or even find a way to add macro into it. But it's going to be awesome to see how Apple will be able to market this 48 megapixel sensor. With the front, we are getting a 12 megapixel FaceTime sensor right next to the Face ID features, which I'm so excited. They got Touch ID is finally gone. Another rumor that's out there that I don't think it's happening. There were some rumors that were saying that we'll be getting the action button that Apple introduced back with the iPhone 15. However, I don't see that happening. Like I said, it's a budget end iPhone model, and I think Apple is going to try to cut as many corners as they can in order to keep the price point as low as possible to try to attract all these newer iPhone users in a way. Another change that's finally happening, we are ditching Lightning and switching to USB-C, which has been a blessing. Thank you, Apple. And speaking of charging, it's rumored that we'll be getting a much bigger battery, which will come in handy because battery life on those old models was so bad. So it's awesome to see that Apple is finally implementing a bigger battery into these models. Going under the hood, this iPhone will be powered with the brand new A18 chip, which is the chip that's already in the iPhone 16, which is unbelievable, which means this budget end iPhone model will be able to power Apple Intelligence. Another awesome thing that's happening, this will be the brand new iPhone to have Apple's own in-house 5G modem chip. So this will be the very first iPhone to have that chip. And from what people are saying, this brand new 5G modem, it's already outperforming what we currently have in current iPhone models. And with it being a chip that's designed and made by Apple, I can only get super excited from seeing what's going to happen 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. From with all these things being packed into this iPhone, Apple will give us features like satellite communication. So whenever you don't have cell service, you will be able to send a text, iMessage text to your loved one, or even give you the ability to call the emergency services just in case you need them. So by far, we're getting a brand new design that's gonna look more like an iPhone 14. We're saying goodbye to Touch ID, saying hello to Face ID. All those chunky bezels are gone. We're getting a brand new modem. We're getting a bigger camera on the back, bigger camera on the front. And I'm so excited about what's awesome about it is that it's rumored that Apple will still try to keep it below the $500 mark, which will be unbelievable. Like I said, this iPhone model, if Apple do give us all of this or even a little bit more, it will definitely gain popularity in users, especially people who are trying to get into this Apple ecosystem. I want to take this time and thank everybody who's subscribing to the channel. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and subscribe. We're getting so close to 1,000 subscribers. I'm so excited. I can't thank you enough. So be sure to subscribe. Be sure to share my content. Be sure to tell all your friends about me. Let's try to get to 1,000 subscribers. And yeah, catch you in the next one.